Forgiveness is a wonderful thing. The Bible says that um, we must forgive, right? If we want to be forgiven. But forgiveness does not always mean you have to keep going through the same thing with the same person, right? In some situations, God might have you in a situation where you have to deal with this person or this group of people, and they're constantly offending. You have to constantly forgive, and show grace, and that will last for a season. That is not meant to be the totality of our lives. And even I was thinking of an example early, just a little while ago, when Judas betrayed Jesus. Jesus called Judas his friend. But once they took Jesus to that judgment hall, him and Judas they didn't have no more dealings. Judas made his decision, and Jesus went on and he did his work, and he finished his work, and he came back and he did what he had to do, and he gathered his sheep, he gathered his 11 apostles, and he commissioned them. But he didn't have no more dealings with Judas. Okay. I think, a lot of times we deal with stuff, and people, especially in church, people make us feel guilty for not um wanting to keep dealing with the same thing. But sometimes God will let you know that you got to get rid of something. And if God is telling you to get rid of something, get rid of it. Anytime I have ever held on to something or someone particularly that God said to get rid of, it was detrimental to me. And when I had to suffer for my disobedience, um, there's no one to help. So it's really important that we learn to protect ourselves, and we learn to obey God. Obeying God is a form of protection. That is how you stay in that secret place, in that covering, and under that shadow, um, by obeying what He's telling you to do. And if you're not sure, or if you need confirmation, um, I always encourage fasting and praying. I think that's the greatest way to making sure that you hear God. I always encourage people. I know a lot of people don't believe in going to church anymore, but it's still good to go to church. It is. It's not popular, but it is still a good thing to go and assemble yourselves among believers. Don't let one, or whatever, some incidents and things like that detour you from being in God's house, because sometimes God waits till you get there, and then He'll send you the word that you're looking for. I've had that happen many times, especially on days where I didn't want to go, days I didn't want to show up, and I didn't think it was going to be anything for me. And then once I got there, God sent a word specific to me. So, be encouraged. I know sometimes you don't want to be encouraged, but be encouraged anyway, to obey and keep going forward. I'm in a situation now where I am pressing to go forward, and I've never gone this much forward before. I've always stopped at a certain point and went backwards. This is the first time in all these years that I've really stepped forward. And I want to help other people go forward. If I can get to this far forward, you can get to whatever far forward you need to get. And God is going to see us the rest of the way through. God bless you. Good night.